And
You just give us a big speech just now. Oh, you know cricket, and Zimbabwe cannot win this game.
Unless a West Indian thing happens, that's what I was about to say.
Now you're backtracking.
No, I'm not backtracking. I mean, 120 for 9. Zimbabwe. 34 runs to get in 15 balls. I can't see Zimbabwe winning unless a West Indian thing happens. And you know, if for us West Indian cricket fans, we know what that thing is. Right? There's a thing that happens in West Indies cricket that just cannot be explained. It's inexplicable. So I will leave that right there. 34 runs now to win in 14 balls. But when I got up this morning, I'm not getting to see it. When I got up this morning and I saw the post on Facebook from the usual Facebook cricket fanatics, I say, well, what's going on? Apparently the batting was so atrocious, and they sent the batting order all mixed up and all manner of things people were commenting on. But I didn't know what they're talking about. So because I can't see it, and I thought the match had ended. I thought we had lost again. But we should win this one. 33 runs in 13 balls. I'm following cricket for Google, so I can't, as I say, I can't watch it. I don't know what channel is it showing on. What channel is it showing on? Anybody could tell me? So I could Google it on my phone and at least try to watch.
Sportsmax?
I wonder if it's Sportsmax. It probably is.
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
You're advised to turn on your cameras, gentlemen.
Do you want to give the poll results?
Yes, I can do the poll results. We asked this morning, do you believe a gun retrieval exercise will be successful in reducing crime in Trinidad and Tobago? We had 10 people saying no, 6 said yes. 10 said no, 6 said yes. But more importantly, a caller called in to say that there is currently one under 800 tips that you can call and say where there is a gun. In other words, it's in that empty lot there. It's in that old garbage heap there. It's underneath that tree trunk right there. You understand?
Then it clearly ain't gonna work, because if it's on now and it ain't working.
Well, maybe it is, huh? Maybe people actually call in 800 tips and give them tips as to where guns are.
Will it help to reduce crime? Not that they calling in.
Well, it ain't helping now.
That's the point.
Yeah. You know?
It's not helping. Could you turn on your cameras, please?
All right, let me pause. Yesterday, as I say, clearly Flo is having problems in my area. So yesterday when I put on my camera is when I got that message about the internet is weak. So first let me put on clothes and then let me put on my camera.
What trouble is this? Anyway,
so
we're opening the phone lines now, so you can weigh in on. Minister of National Security said Trinidad and Tobago is a violent place. He put the caveat, like other places, as if people care about other places. When they add that caveat, it just pissed me off. Because we not live in other places, we live in here. So we subjected to the crime that's here. As you and I have said before, over and over, Wendell, in a very strange twist of fate, we feel safer in other areas.
Yeah.
In other jurisdictions.
Yes.
So
telling
me it's a crime around the world ain't helping me at all.
And that is so sad, because when you think about what is being told to us now in terms of that Latin connection with crime, I mean there are more places with more Latinos than Miami. You understand? But you don't feel unsafe there.
We have a call. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. The cricket is on ESPN.
ESPN?
Yeah.
Well, ESPN have about 2 or 3 channels. Which one?
Well, one of those.
Well, you were very helpful.
You narrow it down for you. You're ungrateful.
Please say what I do.
The man takes time to spend his money to call and give you a direction, you not certain direction.
And you're giving him sarcasm.
Caller, my apologies. But when my allergies are acting up, I get a bit crabby sometimes. My apologies.
According to Ragoobarsingh, it's something like Paul Richards now.
Is that what Richard said?
Of course, that's what he said.
Oh, Lord, Richard. I don't know that is ever possible.
Kimi is sounding cranky and crabby. That's what he implies by
I
that.
mean, you can't call me while I'm out there.
You didn't hear that man shouting at the top of his voice in that megaphone.
What is that about?
You didn't pick that up.
No.
Hello, good morning.
You know, talking about Jesus and stuff and how he come in.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to everyone.
Good morning.
This is David from Hollywood.
Hey, David.
Hi, David from Hollywood.
This is Hollywood
You're
LA or
first time-
Hollywood Central?
You're first time caller, aren't you? I can't remember your voice before.
Hollywood, Florida.
Hollywood, Florida.
What?
Okay.
Yeah. Now, I have a kind of suggestion here, right? The only people I see getting organized is steel band. Desperados going by All Stars going by Starlet. Everybody getting organized in steel band mode.
Mm-hmm.
What I would suggest, everybody in a steel band, to them as undercover cops, undercover police. You see something, you say something. And that might bring down the crime and everybody might be at ease. Just put everybody who in a steel band as an undercover police.
What?
You don't find that in the... You don't...
Well, steel bandsmen are certainly from the communities, but you mean let them be the eyes and ears, basically,
Yeah,
of the communities that they come from. But the issue with that is that in a lot of those rough communities, people who give information often meet an untimely end.
Yeah, that's too dangerous for steel bandsmen. That's too dangerous.
you feel so.
Yeah, if that caller, could you imagine if that is known? And Trinidad is so small. Somebody's gonna say something or find out something. And they start linking that to all steel bands now. How terrible that will be for the steel band fraternity. Because I agree with you, steel band people really are generally a peaceful people and they could go anywhere. Or any steel band event we have in Trinidad and Tobago is largely incident free. You understand? Where all manner of people mix together. But you don't want steel band to be tainted with that at all, no? Sorry. I hear you, but I can't. I wouldn't go down that road, no.
But you see, you have a lot of people. Communities generally know who the troublemakers are, you know. But people, especially in communities where there are reprisals, they're not necessarily willing to tell the police because they don't trust the police.
Yep.
Yeah.
They believe that the police are going to rat them out to the same people that they're going to
I believe the police are corrupt.
Yeah. The police is the problem, you know. In a lot of
part
instances.
of the issue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was only a suggestion. Eh? So.
Yeah. No problem. I mean, it's. I hear you, and I know. And the only reason why you would have said it, it is because of the character of most steel bands. You understand? Almost all, actually, that they feel safe anywhere they go. But to use them to help with this crime situation, well, they're already helping in a way, because they're encouraging a lot of young people to come into their pan yards and to play pan and to do something productive. So they're already helping in that way. But to put them as undercover with this corrupted police service we have here, that's too dangerous.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
man. Take care. All right.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning again, Shane. As you all have already said, West Indies won the big Zimbabwe by 31 runs. And yes, and Ireland beat Scotland this morning. The match was at 12 o'clock, so they beat Scotland, and Scotland was totally upset because, you know, they figured they would have won, you know. So so West Indies now has to win this other match in order to qualify. And then next runway will also come into play depending on what goes on.
Our next match is with Ireland, right?
The next match is tomorrow. Yes, Ireland.
It'll be Ireland, yes.
tomorrow. It's Friday morning. Tomorrow morning. Tomorrow is Thursday, right?
Yeah, no, Friday. Tomorrow is
Yeah,
Thursday.
tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning. And Wendell, I have Flow, which is I have the Amplia, right, which is obviously TSTG now, and it is ESPN, and on this channel, on this state, Amplia, it's 291. So all the matches are coming on ESPN. ESPN, as you know, have about 2 or 3 channels, right?
Yes.
Do you find Amplia efficient?
Well, yes, compared with when I had Flow, even though these days they have a little bit of breaking up with the programs, but it is much better than Flow because it is still 100% better than Flow. What Flow used to be, you know what I mean?
Well, they like torture.
100%. Yeah. Well, yeah,
People love torture.
because what?
No, you talking about this? It's months you talking about this.
Yes.
Who you with, Paul?
All the time. Get rid of Flow.
Digicel. I'm with Digicel.
Get rid of Flow. I don't know about Digicel, but
I had Flow before and it was no end of trouble. So about 6 years ago, I dumped them. And I have no problems with Digicel.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Okay.
And you see, the issue I always say is not necessarily the break-in service. The issue is the response to the break-in service.
Yeah.
And that was my problem.
Look now, you call Flow now. You're getting all kind of messages, and they're telling you up front that if you're in so and so, if you're in Arima, Dabadi, Mosika, Malabar, Santa Rosa, Pinto, we are currently having problems. So in other words, hang up. Yes, and don't even tell me about the problem.
We are currently having problems, and is there a timeline in fixing the problems?
No, they don't tell you that.
And that's a problem for me. I can't deal with that. No,
they don't tell you. They just say
because if I send out the message, I'm having a problem with my bank account, I can't pay you this month. You're cutting me.
Yeah. Well, they're quick to send you messages about your win.
Exactly, and that no. It's telecom. I expect you to have some problems, but I need a speedy rectification of my problem because my money ain't interrupting to pay you.
No.
You ain't going through that.
Hello, morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
A friend of mine said to ask you all for some advice.
That sounds like you.
I heard a warning about traveling to Trinidad. Last or the crime in Trinidad, and then I heard the Minister of National Security this morning on the interview. Do you all think I should buy a ticket? Oh, sorry, that person should buy a ticket to come for Christmas?
Yes.
Why not?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just asking because it's what I heard is that Trinidad is so violent and you have to fight crime.
Where you calling from?
Sort of things. Behind Kennedy Airport.
Right, and New York are crime too, and they kill him in New York too.
Listen, every time we all say that, could you please pay per capita? We have 8 million people in New York, and there are only 200 and something murders for the year. You have 1 million in Trinidad. What's the difference? Please, you all keep saying about you have crime in New York. We don't have crime in New York. Please put it per capita and tell me what you're getting.
You call about a Chris. You call about somebody who want to come for Christmas, right? Tell them yes.
What's that?
You call about somebody who want advice to come for Christmas. The simple answer to that is yes.
Yeah.
What do you want us to say?
I'll convey the advice.
No problem.
Okay,
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right. Have a nice day.
Bye bye. No. I've been in New York for Christmas. I enjoyed it. Cold no tail, but I enjoyed it. I went to see the ball dropper on New Year's thing. Once I ever did that. That was on my bucket list, and I did it in the freezing cold. So
you gotta go quiet time. It's great to see balls drop.
Yeah, I went to. I saw that too.
Hello, good morning.
I've
So
experienced
Richard and I
that
have
too.
something in common. You happy now?
Yeah.
Good morning.
We both went to see the
Have you
ball
never
drop.
gone,
Yeah.
Paul?
Hello, good morning.
I was unimpressed. Good morning. Thanks for holding.
Good morning to all your good gentlemen. Good morning, Wendell Stephen. Good morning,
Morning,
to
sir.
the partner from LA. Wendell, when
Yes,
you
sir.
call and ask that, tell them don't come now. Because they don't keep Trinidad alone at crime. It has so
I
much
do understand that.
I would never say don't come.
Yeah. Yeah, because no, you see, Paul, he say he calling from behind JFK, but it has so much of crime. They're pushing people in front of the subway, all kind of things. It has so much crime in you're talking for capital, all kind of craziness.
That means pick up gun and shoot children in school.
Boy, I telling you, I telling you.
Well, let me say some of them.
Yeah. You know,
Okay, and stay on top building and shoot people and burn down club with people in it.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
I have a friend.
All right.
If he should, but he calling to say your friend asking if he could book a ticket and come. And
some of the police just pull you over and put the knee on your neck until you suffocate.
Yeah.
But do you feel unsafe in the United States when you walk around, Paul?
Depends on where I go.
Have you ever gone in an area that you felt unsafe?
Yes,
Brooklyn?
actually. Yes,
Some parts of Brooklyn?
Parts of Brooklyn, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
was in Washington, D.C. already. I lighted a train in Pentagon City Mall. And 2 minutes after I left the train, they shoot 2 people right there.
Mm-hmm.
In the mall, that train station, I come up in the mall. So, come on. There's crime everywhere. I agree with the caller that in Trinidad and Tobago, it seems more oppressive and it's runaway. But when you want to talk about don't come to Trinidad because it's a crime, I can't endorse that.
No, I would never endorse that.
I endorse not at all.
Paul.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, Dr. Paul. You know, I was just being sarcastic, right? I just come to that anytime I get a chance. And Paul, I live in here in Los Angeles. Matter of fact, I live in the city of Long Beach. Right next to me in our next city, Compton. I don't even go there. I don't even drive there. In Oakland, California. I don't even drive through there.
Yes, LA has some very how should I put it, dangerous places.
South
with gangs.
I don't even drive in them places, much less to walk. I don't even drive in them places. In downtown Skid Row, when you go down there and you see it's block after block after block, you won't believe how that place looking. And right next door to it is only billionaires living there, and right next door to man, you won't believe. So then people they just go and say, if I buy a ticket to come and man, come on, man.
If people study crime in any part of the world, they will go nowhere. Nowhere. If people base it on crime.
Wendell,
yes, sir.
Anywhere I go in the world, I train it to the bone on a dog. I do bad talk my country. You know what I mean? I want to see it go good. I want to see things go better. But you know what I mean? I do bad talk my country and look what's going on there. And you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't see anything productive in that at all. I really don't see anything.
I will advocate for the crime situation to be rectified hard, but I will not tell people not to come here.
Yeah.
Out of the question.
Thank you, caller.
Because you could be walking in any state in the United States and a gunman pick up he legally owned firearm and shoot everybody.
Yeah.
Normal.
Yeah.
Okay. So
it's risky everywhere you go, but at the same time, you don't feel as I say, in the United States, largely you don't feel the discomfort that you feel
because of the size of the place.
Yeah, yes, and that is
the size of the place.
Yeah. I could walk about Arima and I don't feel unsafe, and Arima has had several shootings. You understand? I ain't gonna walk about some parts of Port of Spain. I'll brutally honest with you, but I walk about St. James, so I don't feel unsafe, and St. James has had issues. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But if you live your life based on this fear, this panic, I don't know what kind of quality of life that will be, no? Where you ain't going anywhere, you ain't coming out your house. Not me, I ain't going out there. Not me and them monsters. The monsters sometimes come home too.
Did you really express editorial guzzling at the legal trough?
No, I didn't.
Let me share some of that with you.
Is that the editorial today or yesterday?
It could be yesterday because it's saying 9 hours ago.
No, well, that'll be today, bro.
9 hours is today. Well, no, but today is only 7 hours.
9 hours would have been yesterday.
Yeah, if 7 today is only 7 hours. It was probably yesterday. I could stand corrected. Let me read part of it for you. In a country where the average monthly salary hovers somewhere between 6,000 and 8,000, the daily revelations of multi-million-dollar legal fees as a routine aspects of government expenditure is mind-numbing. The ordinary citizen has no means of evaluating the validity of these fees and whether the service provided is worth the expenditure or is a waste or misappropriation of public funds. In this environment of confusion, one would expect the professional bodies that are knowledgeable on the matter of legal fees, fee schedules, and professional qualifications to step forward and bring the weight of their expertise to the public service. Sadly, these voices are the most absent at this moment of great public need for expert guidance. In this void, the rest of us are left to wonder whether the loud silence we hear is the compromised voice of fear, self-interest, cynicism, or something else. Apart from the occasional piquant or snide comment on social media, the men and women of the professional, known for its mastery of language, is finally past logic as silence. At this time, when the legal profession is beset by issues of governance, ethics, expertise, reputation, use and abuse of public funds, and the value of money, the leading lights to which the public should be able to depend for guidance are almost nowhere to be heard. The exceptions to date are this newspaper's own Martin Daly, senior counsel, regular columnist of the Sunday Express and Criminal Bar Association, and the Southern Assembly of Lawyers. Where we ask are the voices of the Law Association, the Law Council, Lawyers for Jesus, the Hewing Law School of the University of the West Indies. Surely, not everyone has cocoa in the sun or is too busy earning a living to serve the public interest. This is a moment where taxpayers should expect their investment in the education and training of generations of legal cohorts to provide a return on their investment. And it goes on to say more, but I mean, we get the gist of it.
Yeah.
And this is not exclusive to this administration. The issue of legal fees spent on state briefs has long been a cause for concern, because it seems just at the behest of whoever is giving the brief and whoever in a position to receive it. I'll put it that way.
Now you know why. Now you know why we have so many people, one, going into the legal profession, and two, aligning themselves sometimes politically. A lot of people are doing that now. Because that's where the
it means big money
is. Yeah.
I mean, I am, what's the word? I'm looking for the right adjective. In awe of the fortune of Mr. Ragoobarsingh. The good fortune, quite possibly because of his expertise.
Yeah. Or because of his connection.
Or both.
Yeah. Because nobody knew the name before. It's not like if you heard the name coming up in court matters before that. Hey, there are some lawyers, you hear them over a period of time.
Build their reputation.
Yeah, you hear the name,
To have built their reputation.
Yeah. The Michael Commoner, the Israel Khan, the
Martin Daly.
The Martin, you hear their names over a period.
Known as Mirage.
Right. So when you see them linked politically, you're not surprised.
And they have track records of success.
Yeah.
But then you hear some names that are quietly receiving millions and millions and millions of dollars in briefs. Quietly in the background.
Clearly, Vincent Nelson, when his name surfaced, was a name. Well, who is he?
Well, not necessarily. When we like foreign thing, when we hear Queen's Counsel. I mean, you don't get to Queen's Counsel just so, quite frankly.
Right.
You get to Queen's Counsel or King's Counsel because of your work and your reputation in the field, in your jurisdiction. Just like we have senior counsel here also.
So he would have gotten that way in Jamaica, right?
Quite possibly. No, I think he practiced in the UK.
Okay. So I'm saying, when his name come up on a list of people who collected fees here in Trinidad and Tobago under the last administration, your eyebrows raise, and then you hear why it probably was being done.
In more than one administration.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. I mean, the editorial is pointing a magnifying glass on the legal profession in Trinidad and Tobago. That's supposed to be bound by ethics and morals and a certain standard of practice. and the issue of legal fees from the state. I mean, think of all the billions we've spent on legal fees over the years. And what do we have to show for it?
Yeah.
Look at all the money we see passing that Vincent Nelson case already. And what do we have to show for it?
Yeah.
An embarrassing imbroglio. And the numbers are
222 talk 222 8255 and 612 8255 1866 525 1099.
And many of these are the same people telling us, buckle the belt, eat less, every sacrifice together.
Oh, good morning.
Morning, guys. Sorry, I call back again. Sorry if I offended you all. I mashed your toes about asking to come to Trinidad.
No, you didn't.
No,
You didn't offend.
I'm sorry.
You didn't offend us at all.
You didn't offend and you didn't mash any toes.
I'm sorry. I really didn't mean to do that. I wasn't coming off course that way. Okay? Sorry, I apologize.
You didn't
offend and you didn't mash any toes. You asked a question and we answered.
One thing I will say is I work in 48 projects in Brooklyn, 48 developments, for what you call in Trinidad plannings. I'm parked up now in one in Marcy Street. I go to East New York, Tilden, Livonia. I go to all of them. I'm parked up in one now, and honestly, I do not feel unsafe. I'm there till 10 at night if they're doing a roof dance or whatever. And I'm really not feeling unsafe. I'm in the middle of the project right now, you know. So it's a difference if I come there now, I deteriorate. Sorry again, I'm just saying this. I would not feel as safe if I was to go down Nelson Street. Okay? It's just a difference.
Hold on. You can't make that comparison. Hold on.
Yeah,
you can't make that comparison and get away with it. You said you're on a project, which is a job site. You're on a project, which is a job site, okay?
No. The development, the plannings.
Right. But you're doing a job there. But it's a job you're doing.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's a job you're doing? I'm asking you.
I work in the developments, all of them. 48.
Right. So you're what, a supervisor there? You're doing a job? Or you actually physically working in the project?
Supervising.
Right. So do you think that if you go to Nelson Street and you're supervising a project that you'll be at risk?
Yes. Sorry.
All right. That's all right. Okay. You're honest. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. But I really didn't just now, you know, because I'm a good related to you. I don't want to offend anybody, you know. But I really wanted to come home for Christmas to see my mom. I'm just in two minds.
So you're using the sobriquet of a friend to ask a question about yourself?
No, it's joke. That was joke. I thought you understood the joke I'm making. I was
okay.
Yeah. All right. I thought you understood that. No, I didn't mean that. No.
When last have you been in Trinidad?
2019 December, just before the pandemic.
And did you feel unsafe?
Half and half.
Okay.
Certain places, half and half. Yeah, like if I go to buy something, but maybe I'm a bit paranoid. I feel like somebody watching to see, you know, that sort of thing. I drove from Maracas to Arima, passing through Las Cuevas, and I would stop by the bars, of course, but I just felt totally comfortable.
Yeah.
With the 12th Street in Barataria by 6th Avenue, that bar down there, and the one by 6th Street and 6th Avenue, and I felt a little uncomfortable. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not totally relaxed, but I'm not totally, but I may be a bit extra paranoid, gentlemen.
Yeah. That's all right.
All right.
Okay. Take care.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
These gentlemen need to get some sniffer dogs and go down by the dogs instead of sitting in his office and feel the bandit will arrest some gun somewhere for him to pick it up. Get some dogs and go down when they open the containers, man. They don't want to sweat. They're getting pay and not working, man. He ain't doing a thing. He's only talking English. Listen, man, I'm fed up.
All right.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, sir.
Could you recall They would not be in this term of this administration, but the previous administration, when then Attorney General Faisal Rari, within Parliament, had raised the issue in terms of legal fees paid by the previous administration, right? The problem was not outsourcing legal advice or legal representation on behalf of the state. The problem was the exorbitant amount of money that was paid, because I could recall there was a junior lawyer that was receiving $12,000. That was one of the issues raised, who had just came out of law school, graduated, and received his bar, and was receiving $12,000 to be as part of the lawyers and one of the commission of inquiry under the PP administration. And then there was a list of all the lawyers and the fees allocated to them, and some of the junior lawyers on that list received millions of dollars. Now, to be fair, you may not be aware of Mr. Wendell, but he has been practicing for quite a while, right? And so when it is that the Express editorial make mention it, rightfully so, but to raise the issue now, when there was opportune time to raise that issue previously, it raises my concern as to the objective of the Express itself, because it seems to be going on a particular path.
Well, caller, stick up in there. To be fair to the media, all media, they were doing editorials and exposés during the People's Partnership time with all that mess that was taking place in that office of the Attorney General. You know, it resulted, and it's because of the pressure from the media and certainly the then opposition, why the sitting Attorney General was removed from office too, you know. And a lot of exposés came out about what was the $400 million fees went from 30 something million to over 100
Maybe they call them Mr.
media. All those things went through the media, you know.
No, I'm not saying that or they didn't think that. I'm speaking about now, this issue, because when I say the opportune time could have been raised about this, right? I'm thinking about you raise it and you just left it on that. It was not no exorbitant thing, but he did not resign because of that, you know, because it was 640. That's what the office of the Attorney General. We're not talking about legal affairs and all those things, right? But he didn't resign because of that issue. His resignation was because of the issue with
Gary Griffith and misbehavior in office.
Right. It was not because of that issue.
Well,
right?
all of those things, remember, all of those things were building up, eh? All of those things were being exposed. The issue of the fees in the office.
Right. So my point is that during that discussion with the Attorney General then, the matter was raised and he was able to show that there was a formula in terms of paying, and the government has been paying that, which is exorbitant, it's quite paid for the price that they are supposed to be worked with, which is compared to the previous administration. So to say that all across the board, or it accuses of both administration, you have to put everything into context. And that's what I'm saying with the Express editorial.
All right. All right.
Thanks.
Thank you. Take care. Hello, good morning. You have any more calls there, Shane?
No more calls.
All right, you have 6 minutes again. Of course, Shane would probably want about 3 of that to play a tune.
Actually, I have a commercial break to go to. So.
See what I mean? So, can we take another call, or you want to break now?
I'm sure we can sneak in one more.
All right.
I'm sure we can sneak in one more call. We ain't here for Mr. Pinal for the morning. Now you balance it off.
Balance it off from whom?
Now we balance it off.
Balance it off from whom?
Now we balance it off.
I haven't heard any call in any direction for the morning.
All right, let's take one. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. Well, this is as balanced as you go get. Go ahead, Zena.
Wendell, you all have to adjust your mics there. I have a complaint. And it's like every morning, but this morning it was the worst. You soft, we could hardly hear you. When I turn it up, when you finish talk, Paul, you know his voice like a thunder.
Wendell always soft, you know.
And what?
Wendell always soft, that ain't nothing new. You're accustomed to Wendell being soft by now?
In every sense of the word.
Look what you putting on set now.
Zina,
you're talking about the volume. You put it on every sense of the word.
Zina, don't be let down that road.
Boy.
Don't be let down that road, Zina.
Got to drink some gelatin and so some other things. I got my values on the front. We have to do.
Zina, that's why he's your husband?
What? This one.
That's why your husband, Gamalos and gelatin and things?
No, I don't want to do that. He's at gym week, so he's going to know what.
Yeah, what?
You know what? Jim. Let Wendell tell you now, muscles.
Is that strong money? Is that strong money out?
Yeah. Paul, you know him, you know. You know him.
Zina, go ahead now with your contribution.
You know what?
I don't want to play a tune.
This morning, you all were talking about the kind of murders. You remember the time when we had that murders, the murders with Tooks and Bulls?
Yes, they got them too, not so?
Yeah?
They were gutted also, not so?
I am telling you, and I think they were burned too. So here what? I thought those kind of things were over, but with the different kind of cartels we have here now, we only have...
cartels has changed generation and members too, eh?
Yes.
Yeah.
So...
They must stop
but there's too many guns in Trinidad and Tobago, illegal guns. You understand? In the hands of youth, so I don't know how they get rid of that. And they have to stop that importation of Venezuelans somehow or the other, the illegal part of it. And I see...
I don't think it's importation, you know. We ain't importing nothing.
You think so?
But you saying importation suggests we importing them. They come in illegally, that's different to importation.
Well, illegally, I mean, yeah, that's what I meant. You understand? But I see that vessel, that illegal vessel that goes to Venezuela and bring them every 2 days or so to shop.
Is there one? There's more than one.
But they have started back, and I see them advertising in the papers. I said, but what the hell is this? I find right now, all that kind of thing should shut down. Because I'm sure many of them, when they come to shop, they ain't going back. You understand?
When you come off the phone, gonna make some gamalos and gelatin for Wendell for me, please. Can't be giving your husband all the gamalos and gelatin.
I am nasal.
I hear Wendell here soft.
I will not be as loud as I normally am.
No, in serious. I have to turn up to it kind of annoying too. Turn it up when to hear you, and then when Paul or Steve, and well, don't talk about the other actors. So, oh God, mouth just be like a thunder. That's what a softness.
But then it have two thunder and one soft. The soft need to come up.
Paul, look at God. You have a good day.
It just shows the importance of what I say, that she could take the time to turn up the volume.
Well, everybody's gonna reach down to you with your softness, you know.
They so want it. They're turning it up.
All right, let's take a break.
I can take a break.
Do you need to get work done on your vehicle? Look no further than the Auto Champions, Champlain Auto Services.